Hi friends, it's Em, and I am back with yet another overdue reading journal update. Honestly, it's kind of funny that it's overdue and it's books. Honestly. But we are talking everything June reading, and I'm excited. So, June, huge reading month for me. I read 27 books. Now, as you know, I was traveling a bunch, I was sick, I was not having the best time, but I was reading a lot of books. So, in some way, shape, or form, I was having a good time. June also marked the first ever Joyful Chaos Book Club retreat, which was literally a treat. It was so nice to see some of the friendly faces that I've been seeing on Zoom in real life and hug and stuff. And I'm super excited to do it again, hopefully next June, so stay tuned, get on our newsletter if you're interested. June was bananas. So I read, I think, like 2 backlist titles in June, and everything else was an arc. So when you see my NetGalley stats just skyrocket, that's why. Because in June, I hit a 95% ratio. Right now, not even lying, I have a 97% ratio on NetGalley because I have been reading the books and I haven't been over requesting. Like, I've got widgets, which are like pre-approvals, sitting in my inbox in like little folders that I'm still gonna decide if I pick them or not. And it's refreshing. On the other hand, this was not a great month for reading BIPOC authors. It was an improvement over May, but I know that I can do better, and so I'm gonna in July. It was, on the other hand, a great month for reading books with LGBT rep because 74% of my books during Pride Month had that representation. Now, part of that might just be that, publishers know that if the book is releasing in June, that maybe they better, slate certain titles for that month if there's going to be a lot of queer rep in it. But I don't know. There's really, I can't pretend to understand how publishing trends work. But let's talk about books, because I had some good books this month. And as a bonus, since I am recording this video super late, a lot of them are already out. So that means that, like, you can actually go and snatch them up from your bookstore or your local library and read them and let me know what you think too. So first is The X-Vows by Jessica Joyce. She wrote You With a View, loved that one. She wrote The X-Vows, loved that one. This is a second chance romance, takes place at a wedding, and it's all about like improving yourself and burnout, honestly, so much about burnout. There are also a lot of Taylor Swift references, which I did enjoy, but it wasn't to the point of like ad nauseum. And it's just really good and heartfelt, and like when you get to the part that's gonna make you go and like kick your heels up like you're at a sleepover, you'll know. Like you'll know because you'll be there. It was really great. I loved it. It was all steamy, a little spicy, but like not too much. Loved it. I also really enjoyed It's Elementary by Elise Bryant. So this is her first cozy mystery that I'm aware of. She previously wrote a triad, I'm pretty sure there were 3, of like YA contemporary love stories, and this is definitely a little bit of a departure from her previous work, but I really, really liked it. So this is about a mom who got forced onto the PTA, and she's pretty sure that the president of the PTA murdered the principal. She's just out walking her dog one night, sees some weird shit by a dumpster, and is like, oh no. So obviously she takes it upon herself to investigate, and there's all sorts of twists and turns along the way, but it is cozy, right? So there's not a whole bunch of gore. You're going to be giggling along the way. You might be a little stressed out, but you know in your heart that everything's going to be okay. And I really hope that we get to see more. Like, I would be really happy if we got another cozy from Elise. Like, yes. I also read and loved A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This one is very much about how much we love romance books and small town romances and all of those tropes, and how we tend to lose ourselves in those books as a way of escape. But what would happen if you really got lost in one of these books? Like, what if you were trapped in a romance novel? And it's so cathartic and lovely, and it's, you know, it's not as steamy. It digs really deep into the magical realism, but I freaking loved it. It still reads like Ashley Poston. I've done all of her books on audio. This audio was phenomenal, and it's just great. Especially as someone who has a book club, I really enjoyed the book club in this story. Like, it's cozy, and like, I love it. I love it. Another romance that I read was The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson. This is a sports romance, and I know that, like, a lot of us are in our hockey romance era. This is baseball. We love baseball. So this is about what would happen if, you know, a girl who goes viral for heckling a player were to kind of You've Got Mail style start dating said player. It's a whole thing, and it is just, the plot, it was compelling. I really enjoyed the male protagonist. Like, he's sensitive, he's kind of got the yips a little bit, and it's all, like, I cared so much about baseball, which every time I read a baseball book, I'm like, yeah, this is the year. And I'll go buy a ticket for, like, our local baseball team and then decide not to go, because that's what happened last time when I read the prospects and I was like, I can get into baseball. Yeah. So we'll see. But ultimately, this book is so cute. It's so much fun. It hits you at the appropriate level of feels. And I really enjoyed it. It was really, really nice. On the other hand, books that are not nice, right? Here I'm talking about all books that I like. And when I say not nice here, this is an amazing book, but the characters are not nice. It's You Will Never Be Me by Jessie Q. Sutanto, who, the thrillers that she writes are just freaking mind-blowing. Like, this is all about two influencers who went from being best friends to kind of a frenemies situation. And one of them is stalking the other because she feels like she made the other influencer. She's responsible for their success, etc. And like it just becomes depraved at some point, and then she just kind of like rips the carpet out from under you and is like, nope, twist. Here's a twist. And then every time you sort of start to feel settled, she twists again. It was just so much fun. I was reading this at like 7 a.m. at the Atlanta airport. I could not put it down. I had been up since 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep because this book, it's so freaking good. I think it comes out in August. So, you know, keep your eyes open for a nice little thriller. It's not too scary, but it is thrilling. Absolutely thrilling. I also read Perfect Fit by Claire Gilmore, which I don't even know when that one comes out. I just really wanted to read it, so I did. And it's it's so cozy, and it's about burnout, and like she literally orgasms just from him talking to her, which I don't know how realistic that is, but it happened, and I watched it and I was like, whoa. But I really enjoyed it. I might talk more about this book later. I read this and I was exhausted. I don't remember very much, but I remember the vibes were all there. Other vibes that I read while I was on my Sweden trip included Till Heist Do Us Part by Sarah Desai, which is her second heist romance novel series, which will not currently be continuing, which is super sad, but I really liked it. And then The Chamber by Will Dean, which is about it's a freaking hyperbaric chamber where they just keep dying one by one. And I did not know what was happening half the time. I still don't know what happened. And I loved it. Honestly. So let me know what your favorite book of June was, or what you are currently reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, happy planning.